And yeah, Slim, what's up, man? First in attendance as always.
Ayun. Hey, what's up, Bruce? The always first one. Oh, Glendale. Hello.
What's up, Doc G?
How are y'all doing? Yes, sobrang bilis ng 2024. God. It's already October.
Bakit, Emil? Are you already over October?
Is that another music reference that I don't know?
I'm not sure if you're messing with me or what.
Yes, I don't know. Actually, don't know.
Gago, it's a current band.
Oh, wow.
Like they are young.
Okay. I don't know.
Shame. For shame, Emil. Okay, take back your borderline Gen Z card.
Hey, that's fine. Julian, buti ka pa may passport.
Bakit, Emil? Wala ka bang passport?
I haven't tried to get one.
Damn.
I should. Yeah, honestly I should, and I will probably the next year. Glendale, I'm not Usher, okay? That guy doesn't look like Usher. Yung sumali sa Showtime kahapon. Oh, nice. Oh, wow. Advance happy birthday, Julian.
Oh, advance happy birthday, Julian. Sana makapag-travel ka for your birthday.
Big 2020. Hello, Ina. What's up?
Oh, sige, Emil. Sagutin mo yung question ni Ina.
Celebration. So happy. Celebratory mood, I guess. That's how I would describe it. Hey, Mac, what's up? The
Ninong Mac.
ageless wonder. Hey, Mac, what's up? Yeah, Glendale.
Kala ko tinatawag mong ageist si Mac eh.
Hindi naman. Ageless wonder.
Why would you call him ageist?
I feel like I don't have the right to call anyone ageist.
Oh, buti naman. Buti alam mo.
Yeah. By the way, tonight is only me and Stan, in case you didn't know.
Wala na, spoiled na. Thanks, Emil.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but Glendale, I'm wearing a t-shirt today, so it's not Sandogan.
I'm the best wrestler in the world.
My name is Colin Cash Money Cannon.
Hey, this is the Cosmic Cactus, Paul London.
What do we want to talk about?
Hello, WWE Universe in the Philippines. This is Charlotte.
Because mommy is always on top.
What's going on? This is Xavier Woods, aka Austin Creed.
I'm home.
We are pretty deadly. Yes, boy. Yes, boy.
To say his name.
Amen. He appeared.
Hello, my name is Ina Dragunov.
It's LA Knight's game. Yeah.
My name is Colin Cash Money Cannon.
She's on me, bitch.
Hey everyone, this is Jeff Cobb.
You have a father. but your father's dead.
G'day everyone, TMDK Sniper of the Skies, Robbie Eagles here.
Then you're listening.
You're listening.
And you're listening
You're listening to the Wrestling Podcast. And you're listening to the Wrestling Podcast.
to the Wrestling Podcast.
Wrestling Podcast.
The Wrestling Podcast.
You're listening to the Wrestling Podcast. Yeah.
You are watching and listening to the longest running weekly episodic Filipino wrestling podcast. This is the Wrestling Podcast. Small ball lineup tayo ngayon sa Wrestling Podcast. Stan, C, and Emil Nate checking in. Everybody else, real life took over. Or in Chino's case, actually in Rose's case, then technical difficulties took over. So, ganun talaga. Things beyond our control na hindi agad maagapan. So it's just me and Emil tonight. Even babyface producer Jasper isn't here. So I'm actually the one backstage din handling all of the stuff that we need to keep the stream running. But it's all good. Gumagana naman. About 2 minutes in. So we thank you for continuing to join us here on our weekly live streams. And we got a lot to talk about, diba, Emil?
Yes, we do. It's a packed show here tonight. So get ready for some wrestling talk.
All right. Let's say hi to all of our usuals, including one of our new usuals, Jeff, who joined us nung Puso Wrestling Heart to Heart. He actually got to sit with some of our patrons, some of our regulars. So thank you for joining us on the live stream, man. Kailan mo na kami sa sponsor, Jeff? Si Boss Jeff yan eh. All right. We have a lot of housekeeping as always. So let's start by reminding everybody how you can support the podcast. Take it away, Emil, Nate.
All right, so you could support the pod in 2 ways now. It's Patreon and on Gank. So the link is patreon.com/wrestling podcast and ganknow.com/wrestling2xpot for only $5 to 260 to 270 pesos in our local currency. Perks include the Discord server where you can join us, interact with us, talk to us about anything, wrestling, hobbies, gaming, even life advice. We've been giving out life advices lately on our Discord. Also, the review content of the weekly wrestling shows, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, the AEW weekend shows, Impact. Also, if you are part of either one of those programs, you'll get some discounts on the service fees, on the pasabayas that we're doing. Again, we're close to doing another one. We're already October, so 1 month na lang, Black Friday na. So get your get your person or get your money ready for that. And also, again, you're pretty much supporting the pod you're pretty much supporting the pod if you subscribe to either Gang or Patreon. Going strong for 10 years, this podcast. So thank you for all the support. It's at the link is right there below, patreon.com/wrestling podcast and ganknow/wrestling2xpot. Again, first those $5.
Wait, Emil, kinokorek ka ni Ro. Gank, hindi gank.
I said Gank. But para bang ano pa bang gang?
Oh, para may accent ka eh. Parang sinaslang mo eh. Gank, gank.
Okay.
Baka magalit yung mga taga-gank. No, we're messing around here. All right. Rose not here, but we do have our happy wrestling podcast noises. For Blast TV. Syempre free pa rin siya for all of the Converge and Globe at Home subscribers. I am one of those people, kaya hindi ako nagbabayad for Blast TV. But if you want to catch WWE officially, live and on demand, diba? Sulit na sulit for Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. You can actually subscribe for as low as 179 pesos per month. That is blasttv.ph. Again, blasttv.ph. Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. It is official, it is legit, and it is free and live and on demand. All right, on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and on Saturdays. Again, it's WWE on Blast TV. All right, one last plug, Emil. Let them know about yung ginagawa ninyong watch parties every Saturday.
Yep, so aside from Blast TV, there's also another way to watch SmackDown live every Saturday. It's true playback. The link is playback.tv/The Nabs Effect, where Ro and me, we also with a bunch of our friends watch SmackDown together, and it's always fun. It's always it's always fun to interact with people while watching a a wrestling show. So kesa mag-isa ka lang sa bahay nyo watching wrestling, join us. You could shit talk, you could yap alongside me and Rose. It's always fun. Again, the link is playback.tv/Nabs Effect every Saturdays 8 to 10 a.m. only on playback. So join us.
All right. Emil Nate Dog had to regulate right there. Okay, let's start by talking about the 5-year anniversary show of AEW Dynamite, which happened kani-kanina lang. Actually, sobrang daming ganap na may pasabog pa sila bago sila nag 5-year anniversary show, and that is that AEW struck a deal with Warner Brothers Discovery and Max. So it's a long-term partnership, and let's break down the details here one by one. First off, Dynamite and Collision will continue to broadcast on TBS and TNT. Tapos magsa-simulcast siya on Max in the US starting January 2025. So yun yung panlaban nila sa Raw on Netflix. Yung mga pay-per-views will be available on Max later in 2025. So again, sa US lang to. Hindi natin alam kung affected ba yung mga HBO Go subscribers dito sa Southeast Asia. What we do know though is that apparently WBD or Warner Brothers Discovery now has an equity stake in AEW. Hindi natin alam gaano kalaki, but it confirms yung long-standing speculation na co-owner din ng AEW yung Warner Brothers Discovery. So this was reported by Sports Business Journal over the past week.
When I read this yung headline about Warner Brothers Discovery owning a stake in AEW, bigla akong kinabahan. I got flashbacks to WCW because WCW was owned by yung at the time the Warner Brothers, especially Ted Turner. So but I think hindi naman siya majority stake, and it's still Tony Khan controlling everything. In terms of the TV deal, it's good news because for the longest time people have been wondering kung Warner Brothers Discovery will renew the TV deal that they have with AEW, considering the ratings and all that. But maganda naman yung performance ng AEW on their network. So this was a parang no question, extend na natin to because it's a good relationship between Warner Brothers and AEW. And I'm glad that they announced it on the 5th anniversary pa of Dynamite, no? Which makes it...
Yeah, I'm sure tiniming nila yun.
A little bit sweet on that side. So I'm happy for AEW, happy for Warner Brothers, and wrestling fans should be happy. I mean, we get, AEW continues to be on TV, and we're all good for it.
Yeah. Correct lang kita, Emil. Warner Brothers Discovery did not own WCW. So, ayun. It was AOL Time Warner that owned WCW, as Ro points out in the comments. So, yun yung nag-merge. Kaya parang unti-unti, Ted Turner had less and less of a say in what went down sa WCW. The merged company was AOL Time Warner, which now is part of the Warner Brothers Discovery conglomeration. Diba?
Yun.
All right, let's talk about Dynamite itself. And let's start at the end. Yung main event kanina featured a champion versus champion match between Bryan Danielson and Kazuchika Okada na napakagulo ng stipulations if you ask me. Kasi yung championship ni Okada, nakataya lang for the first 20 minutes, then the rest of the way kay Bryan na lang. So it's just a world championship match. So obviously they were going to go beyond 20 minutes. But I don't know why they felt the need to put in this stipulation but then make it a little bit more convoluted so you can ensure na Okada's not going to lose his championship. Like, I think by putting in this stipulation, mas lalong naging obvious na mananalo si Bryan pero hindi matatanggalan ng championship si Okada.
Oo nga eh. It was also obvious. Pero nagets ko naman yung I got what they were trying to do here. It's Okada healing it up. And the Elite in kayfabe they have the power to do this. We're gonna have a title versus the title match, but you can only win the Continental Championship if you beat me in under 20 minutes. It kind of makes sense to the character of the Elite. So I'm fine with it. Hindi ko alam na may overrun pala talagang scheduled earlier. I was watching Dynamite live and I was looking at the clock before the match. Parang 9:50, 9:45 na when they started. Like, magpamato ng 20 minutes. And then I didn't know they scheduled an overrun for 30 minutes. So antok na ako.
Bawal matulog, Emil. Si Boss TK nga, di natutulog eh. Ikaw rin, bawal ka na matulog.
antok na ako at that point na okay, akala ko this match will be under 20 minutes pero nag-extend siya beyond the 10 a.m. Time slot. So I'm okay with it. Like it's not too confusing to me. Maybe for others it was, pero it was fine for me.
I think masyado lang kasi tayong sanay na simple yung konsepto ng match. Na kunwari, Bryan Danielson versus Kazuchika Okada, AEW World Championship match. Tapos, di ba? Gets mo. Si Bryan yung champion, si Okada yung challenger. Pag natalo si Bryan, di si Okada na yung champion. Pero ngayon may extra championship eh. Tapos may stipulation na time-related, di ba? So medyo panggulo siya. I mean, credit to the commentators, credit to Justin Roberts. They did do their part to kind of remind you as the match went along na, oh, yung championship ni Okada, nakataya lang first 20 minutes, ha? Oh, napakadaya talaga, galawang elite, chu-chu-chu. So, kahit pa paano, nire-remind naman nila tayo para na-condition yung utak mo na, oh, hindi siya masyadong convoluted, guys.
Yep.
Row in the comments since di gumagana yung internet sa kanila, he's adding na hindi naman talaga confusing. Obvious lang talaga na Bryan gets to win without taking Okada's championship. Nga, diba yun yung sinabi ko kanina? So, kind of weird that this all went down. Right, other stuff that went down kanina nung Dynamite, they did the thing! Will Ospreay and Ricochet down to that crazy viral spot that made a lot of old-timers upset, diba? Including the late Big Van Vader. So that harkens back to 2017 nung nagtagpo sila sa Best of Super Juniors, if I remember correctly. So what do you think? Did it live up to the hype?
Yes, it did. I mean, it was a great match.
Even with the double finish?
Yun nga lang eh. That finish was unsatisfying for me. Yes, they did restart the match, pero nag-interfere naman na si Takeshita not even a minute into restarting the match. But when I was watching this, I just realized how much these two and their style has matured over the years. Kasi dati talagang si Will Ospreay talagang all he does is just flippy stuff. But now he has more to his game. He has a deeper bag now than he did all those years ago. Ganun din si Ricochet. Mas nag-slow down sila parehas, but both of them got even better as the years go on. So that's the realization I had while I was watching this. It did live up to the hype. They did some of the spots that they got viral for all those years ago. Na, oh, that's the thing. When I saw that spot at the beginning.
So napa Leonardo DiCaprio ka.
Oh, lahat tayo na pag ganun, di ba? Na, oh, that's the spot that they did. That's the viral clip from all those years ago. So this lived up to the hype in my opinion.
Okay. Ako not as much kasi nga, like I wanted a conclusive finish. I was okay with Ospreay defeating Ricochet. I was okay with Ricochet becoming champion this early on into his AEW run. But, I mean, I guess tinelegraph na rin naman nila na may involve sina Takeshita or the Don Callis family, diba? With that very weird backstage segment right before Ospreay was gonna come out. Sabi ni Don Callis, nga pala, mag-uusap tayo. And Will Ospreay's like, teka, match ko na, bro. So, diba, ano gagawin?
I feel like that finish, because Ricochet also in a way pinned Will Ospreay. I think hindi pa to tapos. This isn't a one time. I thought this was just a one time thing, just to get this match out of the way. Kasi this is a dream match nga, diba? And that's how TK works. But I think may patutunguhan pa tong rivalry na to, and he's gonna get an international title shot. Maybe at the next pay-per-view, maybe at Wrestle Dream, or maybe at Triple Threat with Takeshita, Ricochet, and Ospreay. So, abangan natin.
Mm-hmm. All right. We also got the return of Jay White. So, he's now a full-fledged babyface, and he went after Hangman Adam Page, who is a full-fledged heel. So, I think the alignments are pretty clear dito sa pagbalik ni Jay White. So, were you hyped for this, Emil?
I'm so happy. I was hyped when he came back. I mean, I've been waiting for so long for Jay White to have a babyface run because when he became the Switchblade character, hindi pa siya nagiging babyface. This is the first time he's gonna have a babyface run. I mean, you could say he was kind of a babyface when they were teaming up with the Acclaimed, but this is the first time that he's gonna be a full-fledged good guy here. And him and Hangman, I see them as eternal rivals. Kasi they almost came up at the same time eh. And the rise to the main event almost happened at the same time too. So I'm glad that they are doing this rivalry again, doing another chapter to the Jay White Hangman feud. So I'm looking forward to this. And I'm happy na he's back.
Yeah, binigyan din nila ng ng impetus si Jay White to go after Hangman kasi 'di ba inattack niya si Juice, inattack niya yung Guns. So I guess, Jay White actually likes his friends enough to take revenge on their behalf against a clearly crazy Hangman Adam Page.
Yep. And again, like we said after the last pay-per-view, Hangman needs to move on to feud with other people, and Jay White is one of the people na I was actually hoping that he could go after next, and we're gonna get that.
Yeah, it's fresh to me kasi I've never seen Jay White as a babyface. And itong tapatan nila Jay White and Hangman Adam Page, hindi pa naman natin siya nakikita dito sa AEW in its 5-year history. So yeah, let's go do it. Yeah. One more fresh thing. Oh my God, the pop for this man, the reactions online. We're about to make some business. Shelton Benjamin, the head of the complaints department. I love it.
I love the reveal, kasi akala ko talaga Lashley was gonna make his debut kanina. I thought that was the announcement that MVP was gonna have. But turns out it was Shelton, and pa-isa-isa pa lang nire-reveal, no? Yung Hurt Syndicate. Yeah, ain't no stopping him now. Parang na din to, inevitability na din to. Shelton will join MVP and possibly Lashley in AEW and run back the Hurt Business / Syndicate. And
gagawa sila ng sindikato.
Yeah. Again, inabangan pa natin this someone else that inabangan pa natin, but I'm glad that Shelton now is in AEW.
I'm just glad he's getting the love and the respect he deserves. This man is a 20-plus year veteran. He's basically a legend at this point. I mean, he's sure the least heralded from that OVW class of 2002. But, with everything he's done, the stories he's been a part of, the moments and matches he's been a part of, feeling ko legend na rin kahit paano to si Shelton Benjamin, di ba? So, put some respect on this man's name. And I love that Pittsburgh, di ba, yung venue kanina, the people in Pittsburgh knew what to do when Shelton Benjamin popped up on their screen. So I'm so happy. I'm just really, really so happy.
Yep.
Saying what's up to Hobby Dainsy, who's going to be joining us sa ating audio-only episode, which we're recording tonight after the stream. Sabi niya, akala niya si Omos. Sobra ka naman, maka-Omos. Sobra naman. All right. Let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to cross over to WWE and talk about the highlights from Monday Night Raw. But first, let's hear a quick word from our other podcasts right here on the Pod Network. All right, usapang Monday Night Raw naman. Seth freaking Rollins is back and he made his return at the very end of the last Monster Standing match kung saan nagwasakan, nagjombagan sina Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman. And I like the way that Rollins came in and just stomped on Bronson Reed's head dun sa steel steps to just give Braun the assist. We found out then in the day since na-injure pala tong si Braun Strowman. He reportedly suffered a groin injury during that match. That's gotta suck and that's gotta hurt. So let's unpack this, Emil.
The return was perfect because no one... Yes, parang people were kind of penciling in once Rollins returns, he's gonna go after Bronson, but no one predicted na he was gonna return that night. And it was perfect. He just run in, stomped, did this thing, and that's it. We were talking about last week, no, yung implications of who's gonna win this match, and y'all were saying Bronson needed this, but it's him losing is fine because again, yung character niya needs to get his comeuppance from all the shit that he did over the last few weeks. And this really all started with Seth Rollins. So nararapat lang na they circle back to that feud of Rollins and Bronson. So it was fine. I'm actually fine with Braun winning. And Braun was pulling off high flying moves for some reason. He jumped from the
luchador daw
top.
siya eh.
He jumped from the top rope. I saw Braun do things that he hasn't done really in a long time, or he hasn't done before. So both of them, Bronson and Braun, knew that all the eyes are gonna be on them, and they delivered, and they destroyed pretty much the entire place.
Oh, talagang winasak nila yung buong arena. So that was wild. And I also like itong Rollins and Bronson Reed story kasi ang gandang side quest siya for Seth as we wait for yung build up ng Punk versus Seth, which I think is gonna happen at WrestleMania. Diba? Ito sabi ni Jeff, yung disguise daw ni Seth Rollins wearing normal people clothes para makapasok siya. Oo nga naman, di ba?
Yeah,
Kasi lagi siyang naka-styled, custom, loud clothes. So ito, naka-all black lang siya, naka-hoodie, di ba? So nakatakbo siya agad papasok na hindi siya nasuspatan ng mga tao.
Yep.
Sabi ni Doc G, cringe daw yung referee spot but the match was great. You know what? I could ignore yung referee spot yung sinasabi ni Doc G and just enjoy the car crash for what it was.
Yeah, at pag ganun kasing match, like it's fine for the referee to not be 100% in it because there's so much carnage going all over the place. I didn't mind it. It was part of the spectacle.
Mm-hmm. Now let's go to the World Heavyweight Championship scene where Sami Zayn revealed that Gunther has daddy issues. So that was a fun little verbal match, verbal showdown between Gunther and Sami Zayn where si Gunther dinuduro niya una si Sami, 'di ba? Sabi niya, first time 'di ba na yung family mo dinala mo ringside. Nakita ka nila, tiningala ka nila, you're a winner. Meanwhile, my dad had to tell me na talaga, you flew me over from Austria just to watch you get beaten by a bum like Sami Zayn. And I just thought it was such a good promo. Sobrang gandang character work for Gunther, who, they've built him up to be such an entitled champion na parang feel niya talaga, destiny niya, birthright niya na maging world champion. Kaya napaka-offensive sa kanya na Sami is one of the 3 people to have ever beaten him na may audacity itong si Sami Zayn na humingi ng title shot. Sobrang ganda ng pagkakasulat. And then, parang napaka-entitled niya. And then pala, there's a weakness, a hole in his armor, which is yung daddy issues niya, di ba? Sobrang gandang wrinkle.
Wrestlers and daddy issues. What a combo. He finally did it. I feel like he had that on his back pocket. Itong si Sami, no? Like he tried to be a good guy and try to challenge him in the correct way. Pero wala eh. Matigas ulo ni Gunther, so Gunther opened up his weakness and Sami went in for the kill. He finally got his title shot. I love how they are writing this story. I love na hindi agad binigay ni Gunther yung title shot. Talagang in a way, parang inabangan natin, what will Sami do? What will Sami say in order to get Gunther to finally agree? That's what we got. That was the climax of what was happening over the past few weeks. And the match is going to happen on Raw. Diba? It's scheduled to happen on Raw next week. So
main event things.
Main event for Raw next week.
Yeah. Nakakatuwa rin na even sina Joe Tessitore, they acknowledge na, ang tuso ni Sami Zayn. Alam niya na he had to get himself beat up. Magpapa-powerbomb siya, pero he knows, like, he's playing the long game,
Yeah.
diba? And Sami, to his credit, nakangiti siya eh. Alam niya I suckered you in. Okay, sige, I'll take this beat down now, get a week to rest, and then I'll go after the World Heavyweight Championship. I love it. Very layered writing talaga for both these guys.
Yep.
Right, staying on Raw. Ito, a heel turn that some people, I guess, saw coming. Diba we were talking about how, tong New Day, baka red herring siya. Tas pucha, yung nag-break up, awesome truth pala.
Yeah, they've been teasing this in the past few weeks with Karrion Cross being on Mrs. Ear, and
But now the
Braun.
R-Truth return, ito surprise to di ba na,
Yeah.
R-Truth is back.
And you also got Braun Strowman interfering in Mrs. Business. So parang ano na to, parang they were trying to tell us na he's gonna turn heel at some point. And nabigla lang ako na nangyari to on this episode of Raw. I thought this was gonna happen a few weeks later or in a pay-per-view, but okay. I mean, the question here is, are they gonna do a Miz versus Truth feud? I mean, nakita na natin to all those years ago, and I'm not really excited with another Miz heel run. I thought he had so much going as a babyface. He's much more likable as a babyface now. So I don't know if my mileage, but I mean, Miz is a good heel, but I don't know if there's still mileage to doing another feud with Truth.
Mhm. Sabi ni Julian, si Karrion Cross, siya na yung BI, the devil whispering in their victims' ears to do shit. And I kind of get what they're doing here. Ito yung Sean O'Hare gimmick, di ba? From the Ruthless Aggression era. Na parang I'm not telling you anything you didn't already know. Something like that. So it's nice that they're pulling back from that era and, giving it to someone like Karrion Cross. But I also don't get what is in it for Karrion Cross. Parang okay, so BI ka, and you push people to be bad guys. Pero sana may benefit din for Karrion Cross. Like, I want to see ano yung motivations ni Cross. Like, why does he want to see people be bad? What's in it for him? What does he get out of it? Does it turn him on na, everyone is unleashing their inner demonyo or whatever?
Baka tip niya lang talaga manggago.
I guess, agent of chaos type of things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's his gimmick, He's an agent in chaos. So
Mm-hmm. Julian's right. At least Karrion Cross is doing something as well. All right. We also got some news from Raw na injured pala si Ilya Dragunov. Na-injure siya nung house show over the weekend. And it's an ACL injury which will sideline him for at least 6 months. And, knowing what we know about ACL injuries from, observing basketball and all these other sports, yung 6 months na yan, malamang sa malamang 9 months or a year.
Yeah, it's such a shame because he is gaining so much momentum since he made his Raw debut, and I thought papunta na siya towards an IC title or that matchup that we've been finally waiting for against Gunther. But things happen. Unfortunately, injuries do happen in wrestling. So yun, magpagaling si Ilya Dragunov, and we can't wait to see you again probably next year, no? After Mania, I guess that's the earliest. We can see Ilya, or probably summer of next year. So heal up, Mad Dragon.
Yeah, I guess okay na rin kasi it does give him a chance to reboot a bit. Diba? If and when he comes back, maybe they can turn him heel, repackage him, and really just make him a psycho killer. Apologies to Tommaso Ciampa kasi nickname niya yan. So, should be fun to see what happens to Ilya Dragunov after he heals up. And I guess he will have at least, the holidays coming up at the end of the year and however long his rehab takes to be with his family. So, at least there's that. Say what's up to Ninang Abby. Thank you so much for tuning in. Nagbabalik siya tulad nung KCs na Caden Carter and Katana Chance. Nagbabalik din. Taking on Pure Fusion Collective. Kind of weird, no? Na we'll talk about this later on when we predict Bad Blood. Pero yung women's division ng Raw, parang naging vacuum yung Women's World Championship because of the Liv and Rhea story. And then everyone else is left to deal with their own little stories na has nothing to do with the Women's Championship.
Exactly. That's why I wish this is the last one, the Bad Blood. This is the last match that they have, so they can finally open up the main championship scene again, and have like random challengers, like just like nung title reign ni Rhea Ripley. Even though she is in a storyline with someone, we would always get yung mga one-off title matches, which is good because at least the division is stepping up, trying to take the title off of Rhea. Pero ngayon, parang when Liv became champion, parang si Rhea lang yung naghahabol sa kanya eh.
Yeah.
So
parang binakuran siya ni Rhea, tapos nato iba bawal lumapit.
Yun, that's why the others are also feuding on their own, and like the tag team titles are there, pero yung iba parang talagang wala eh. And it's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's take a break. We're going to talk about NXT's premiere on the CW right after this quick word from our other podcasts right here on the Pod Network. Let's talk about NXT, which made a splash on the CW. Yung first episode nila doon emanated from Chicago. Punong-puno yung arena. Sobrang ganda ng visual actually. It felt like a takeover or a PLE, but it's really just NXT, diba? Trying to step up to the level of Raw and SmackDown. That opening shot where nakita mo talaga yung crowd just going nuts and being wild for this huge premiere episode. Ang ganda niya. It really set the tone para sa akin.
Yeah, true. That intro, what do you think about that new intro? I thought it was nice. Some hip hop incorporated in there, just like the SmackDown new intro. It felt like a takeover kasi the new logo is also silver and black. So ganun yung motif ng mga takeovers dati. So it really felt like a big time event. New everything, new logo, new title belts, a new look to the show that they absolutely need after years of the 2.0 / the white and gold era. So I think they delivered. They delivered on all assets, all aspects. The matches were good, and I'm just happy na NXT is leveling up again.
Yeah. I think Lil Wayne's song yung opening theme ng NXT. Tama ba?
Yes, it is. It was.
Yeah, it's a Lil Wayne joint. So that's pretty cool. Talagang really leaning into yung younger black male demographic na kita na natin yung influence, diba? From like NBA players and Sexy Red and Mellow and Trick and the barbershop. I love it, diba? I'm into hip hop culture. You're into hip hop culture. So clearly it does appeal to us. But if you're parang, where's my hard rock music? Sorry.
Where's my lip biscuit?
O yung naman ng biscuit. Ano ba?
I'm sorry.
Kasi si Fred Durst nagra-rap pa rin siya, di ba? Yung new metal niya may hip-hop influence pa rin eh. Pero alam mo yun, pang, where's my puddle of mud?
No, where's my Kid Rock?
Yun. You know what I mean, di ba? If you know, you know. So yun lang yung mga mabubuisit, di ba? But like, for the rest of us, it's like, yeah, this is great. It's our type of stuff. But yeah, I really enjoyed yung presentation. The OBB is cool. Si Stephanie Vaquer is already there in the OBB, and she hasn't even wrestled a match on NXT yet.
Exactly. I think they made her a big deal now already by just putting her on the OBB na hindi pa siya debut.
Uy, Julian, wag naman natin gagawin yung Slipknot. Si Corey Taylor is an actual wrestling fan. All right? Let's not. Kasi, yeah, Corey Taylor knows his stuff. Okay? He actually goes to NXT, lalo na nung nagtutour yung NXT around Florida. So, put some respect on Slipknot's name, please. Yung main event nung NXT premiere on the CW this past week is Trick Williams versus Ethan Page with CM Punk as the special guest referee, and we got two-time Trick.
Yeah, I called it. I think I called it from last week. I think Trick is going to be a two-time champion. To have a good ending to the first episode of NXT on CW.
Alam niyo na guys, kasi Emil mahilig sa happy ending.
Who doesn't? I love that Trick, did wear his Chicago Bulls tights right there. And it was a good match. CM Punk did not really factor into the ending, to the result. It was a clean finish for Trick, and it's 2-time Trick.
Mm-hmm.
No, I got it, bro. I got the it's what he's saying.
Oh, tinatanong ni Jeff, do you guys think Ethan Page will play a role in Bad Blood this early? What do you think?
No, I still think he's gonna be in NXT for a while.
Mm-hmm. So,
Hindi pa siya,
ano,
no?
what do you think happens to Ethan Page while Trick Williams gets to be two-time champion?
Gets to feel with other people. Ever since Ethan went to NXT, si Trick lang naman yung naging ka-feed niya. So I think it's time for him to go after another wrestler, or after another title, maybe the North American Championship.
Why? Ethan Page was already at the top of NXT. Pabababain mo siya sa North American?
I feel like wala pa kasi siyang pwesto, I think, on the main roster, in my opinion. Even though I think he's ready, but I think he's gonna still spend some time there
Saka,
before.
okay. Babalik lang ako sa North American Championship comment, diba? We've seen Oba Femi and what he's been doing. If I'm Ethan Page, I just lost the NXT Championship. Ba't ako magpapabugbog kay Oba Femi?
I mean, di naman natin guaranteed na si Oba Femi na yung champion after next week. Diba? So,
Okay, sige, let's predict that real quick. No. Sige. Let's predict that real quick. Kasi they have been building up si Tony D, diba? Na parang, he's getting this like redemption arc or whatever. Do you think he'll actually topple down the ruler?
You know what? This story is really closely resembled the Sammy Gunter story from Mania. And you know what? I think Tony D'Angelo wins the title. Because they want to go through all this trouble to have him lose again. Kasi binabalata ni Oba Femi si Tony D na he's afraid, na you're afraid. You're just masking yourself with this tough face. So I think Tony does get the win here. Plus matagal lang din kasi si Tony sa NXT and hasn't really won anything aside from the Heritage Cup, so, and the tag team titles. So a singles title here for Tony D'Angelo is long overdue. So I think he does get the win over next week. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's actually the most compelling storyline Tony D has been involved in. I will say that.
Yep.
Of all of the things that he's done on NXT, from the origins of the mafia stuff to taking care of Two Dimes to cleaning up yung mess ni na Charlie Dempsey, di ba? Parang ito yung pinaka nuanced portrayal ng character ni Tony D'Angelo. To the point na someone like Adriana Rizzo, na parang caricature lang din talaga, actually became the one character to talk some sense into Tony D.
Exactly. It's compelling stuff, for sure.
Mm-hmm. All right, Women's Championship naman. Ito, what a start to this new era of NXT. They had a great match between Julia and Roxanne Perez. I really love yung presentation ni Julia. The theme song, diba? Yung cherry blossoms in her Titantron na homage to Hana Kimura. The way that she just comes out, it just screams parang there's something about Julia na when she comes out, like this woman is a star. And I'm not saying this para maliitin si Roxanne Perez, pero nung pinagtabi siya kay Roxanne, parang mas lalo nang mukhang bata si Roxanne. You get what I mean? Parang Julia, it's just that big of a presence. Sobrang lakas ng aura niya na si Roxanne parang I wouldn't say completely na minimize, pero gets mo, parang medyo na mukha siyang bata.
Yeah, definitely. Like yun nga, it's more in Julia, right, rather than on Roxanne. Talagang ganun yung aura ni Julia na everyone else looks normal if you pag pinagtabi mo siya kay Julia.
Yeah. So they have the match, really fun opener, only for Julia to get screwed over by a returning Cora Jade. So alam naman natin na may history sila ni Roxanne Perez, their former NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, until Cora Jade turned on Roxanne. That was basically Roxanne's first big feud in NXT. And now, it appears na may common interest sila na nag-align. Na sinabi ni Cora Jade na, we could team up and we can do some damage here.
Yeah, I I'm actually okay with Julia not winning. I think it's fine. It's her first major outing in NXT, and yun nga, they are incorporating Cora Jade into the story now, and I feel like dito na papasok si Stephanie Vaquer because kakailanganin ni Julia ng rest back, and
But why would Julia and Stephanie Vaquer align after Stephanie interfered dun sa promo ni na Julia and Roxanne, di ba? Sabi niya, oh, whoever wins, I got next.
yun nga,
So if
because
I'm
she
Julia,
said,
why will I accept your help?
I mean, that's wrestling logic, I guess. Pag dalawa kaaway mo, tapos mag-isa ka lang, yung kaaway nung isa, yun din yung nakampi mo. So,
But you're forgetting that we're already in the era of Triple H and Shawn Michaels writing stories.
I know, but sometimes wrestling tropes, they still follow some wrestling tropes of the old times. So, I think that's what's gonna happen here. They're gonna delay the inevitable Julia versus Stephanie match. I think that's your NXT Stand and Deliver main event next year, and they're gonna have them team up first against Cora and Roxanne until such a point one turns on the other, and we're gonna get that big time money match down the line.
Did you like the Cora Jade return? Na mismo ba siya?
I mean, yeah, it's been a while since she appeared on NXT TV. She's a good. I like Cora Jade. She's a good wrestler, and may dadala siya dito sa storyline na to. That's why I like her inclusion in it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now, speaking of the women on NXT, to me, it feels like yung women ng NXT, the women's division, it's kind of like the men's division from the black and gold era na yung mga big names on the indies outside the WWE and now AEW bubble, yun yung mga kinukuha nila, diba? So now, there's this vignette featuring Delta. A lot of people have basically all but confirmed na, oh yeah, that's Delta, the Australian wrestler that NXT signed recently. And based on this still, it's implying na yung debut niya is on October 27, which happens to be Halloween Havoc.
Yeah, so alam mong big time to when they are actually producing vignettes in preparation for debut. So, kaabang-abang to for sure. And sobrang stacked na ng women's division ngayon because not just with the new wrestlers but also with the recruits that they have sa PC. So like Kalani Jordan, the Fatal Influence, Roxanne Perez. So, and the NXT women's division is the hottest place in wrestling right now because of all the talent that they have. And Delta here will add to a already stacked roster of women in NXT.
So I'm not gonna lie to you and say na, oh, I'm such a huge Delta fan, I know everything about her. Pero like a lot of you, as soon as she appeared, ginugo ko na, diba? I started looking at what makes her special. This woman is a powerhouse. She's built at 5'8", 165 pounds. I'm guessing na medyo may pagka Rhea Ripley or Camille Brickhouse na archetype tong si Delta. She's also got some pictures of her in matches where dumudugo yung ulo niya. So you can tell na may hardcore match DNA din tong si Delta, kind of like si Candice LeRae before she joined NXT. So that should be a fun new wrinkle into this women's division that doesn't really have anyone like her in its current form.
Definitely. She's one of a kind, if you could say so. So, kabang-abang nga to, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Other stuff about her, she basically got her experience in Riot City Wrestling and Melbourne City Wrestling. Yung RCW in particular is in Adelaide, South Australia, where Rhea Ripley is from. So malamang sa malamang, yun din yung same roads that Rhea traveled to get to WWE. Delta was actually from the Perth tryouts from earlier this year, nung Elimination Chamber.
Ooh, interesting to know. Yeah.
Sabi ni Doc G, she could be the Oba Femi of the NXT women's division. Yeah, why not? She might be the one who just snatches that women's North American championship from Kelani Jordan and then, goes on her own little dominant run.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's take a break and then we'll do Bad Blood predictions on the other side. But first, let's hear from our other podcasts right here on the Pod Network. Before we get to Bad Blood, let's shout out our friend Reddit Regal in the YouTube comments. Sinasabi niya, Masha Slamovich archetype din tong si Delta. Thanks for pointing that out. Yun, di ko naisip yun. Yeah, baka mas malapit nga, no? I was actually about to make a joke din kanina na, Delta, dito taga Pampanga. Dito governor. Pero feel ko tayo lang makakagets mga nanonood talaga ng basketball. Dito yung bossing ni Balti, ah.
That was good.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Pinag-isipan yan. Okay. Let's talk about Bad Blood. The PLE is happening this weekend, Sunday morning, 6 a.m. Kasing aga ng misa ng mga nanay niyo. So, manonood kayo ng live on Disney Plus or, well, sa legal na paraan, sa Disney Plus. 6 a.m. po tayo magsisimula. Kasi hindi tayo makikipagbanggaan sa UFC. Diba? May kasabay na UFC event eh. So yeah, for everyone else, if you want to watch on demand, then legal naman ng mga VPN, diba? If you want to watch on Peacock, may Peacock subscription ka, diba? 6 a.m. pa rin. It's kind of weird kasi 9 a.m. Tapos na yung trabaho. Or tapos na yung show. But, ganun talaga. In the TKO era, iba-iba yung time slots natin for PLE. So, let's see how our bodies hold up. Sabi ni Hobby Dainsy, sayang daw walang watch party. Ikaw, Hobby Dainsy, matanong kita, willing ka bang gumising ng alas 4:30 para pumunta sa bar ng 6 a.m.?
I mean, there are some people nung Mania, when I got there, 4:45, yung mga tao na, what are y'all doing here? That early. So I think
yun WrestleMania yun eh. Yun sure ka, 7-8 matches and whatever else happens, diba? Ito, Bad Blood, it's not even one of the big four. And I'm not saying this to dunk on Bad Blood or whatever, but it's not on the level of WrestleMania. Na for some people, appointment viewing talaga, diba?
That's fair.
So, yun, si Hobby Dainsy is one of many people actually na nag-message sa page, nagtatanong, "Oy, may watch party ba?" So, matanong ko kayo, di ba? Willing ba kayong gumising na alas 4:30, tas babiyahe kayo papuntang sang bar man yan, whether that's Skinny Mike's or Hobby Stadium or sa mangsuking bar na merong TV tsaka internet connection para manood ng Bad Blood ng 6 a.m.? Kung masagot niyo yung tanong ng yes, sige, organize tayo ng viewing party. Pero kayo mag-organize, ha? Okay, let's do predictions. We're gonna start with the Women's Championship match or the WWE Women's Championship match. Nia Jax versus Bayley. And itong si Bayley got her number 1 contendership status after she defeated Naomi on SmackDown. So they're still kind of teasing, di ba? Pinag-usapan natin ito ng weekend reactions. They're still teasing na at some point baka magtuos din sina Bayley and Naomi. But right now, Naomi's being the supportive friend as Bayley tries to get her title back from Queen Nia.
I'm looking at the card, and I feel like there should be a shocker or the OMG moment of the night. And I feel like this will come from this match. Because I think Nia wins, and Tiffany Stratton cashes in. Finally, her money in the bank.
Yun din yung sabi ni Hobby Dainsy, si Tiffy daw. Bakit? Why do you say it will be Tiffy time?
Because, they already teased the tension eh. And I don't think kailangan pang pahabain yun. Like, not
Why
everything...
Not? Don't you like the long foreplay?
Not everything should have a long foreplay. Sometimes you just need to get on it and, do the turn or do the action. So...
Alam niyo na guys, as Emil, mahilig sa quickie.
So, yun nga eh, there should be that moment na surprise, the surprise moment of the night. And looking at the card, I don't think any of the rest of the matches will have that. So that will come from this match. That's why I'm thinking, yun nga, Tiffany cashes in and they get to the Nia Tiffany feud. And Naomi and Bayley could go into their own feud as well.
So you're gonna turn Nia face?
No, Tiffany as a babyface.
Really?
Yep.
Tiffy as a babyface?
Yeah, she's popular. She's been getting more cheers lately.
Yeah, but her actions, none of them have been redeeming.
Right now, kasi kakampi niya pa si Nia. But when she cashes that in, for sure. May there's gonna be an attempt to have her as a babyface.
Okay, I mean, it's not the first time na medyo lihis sa conventional wrestling logic yung sinasabi mo, Emil. It's also not the first time na nagdidilang anghel ka. So, sure, let's see.
Yeah,
Let's see
let's
if
see.
you can actually get this one right. Next, eto, grudge match, blood feud things. Finn Balor versus Damian Priest.
Hmm. In the past few weeks, the Judgment Day has looked stronger than the Terror Twins. Now they finally figured out the numbers game because when this feud started, inuupakan lang sila nila Damian Priest. Inuupakan lang sila na siya lang mag-isa, no? But now they're more stronger than they were at before, like before, after nung last pay-per-view. So I think Finn wins this. I mean, he badly needs a win here to establish himself as, I'm the leader of the Judgment Day and I'm better than Damian Priest. So I go with Finn.
Mm-hmm. Feeling mo oras na ni Finn to actually get a huge win here.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a long overdue. Plus, Damian already got his moment. He was already champion. So Damian is a made man, in my opinion. He can afford to take a loss here against Finn. So I'll go with Finn.
All right. Oh, sabi ni Hobby Dainzy, wala pa raw siyang content na ginagawa for Bad Blood kasi raw nahihirapan siya mag-predict.
Wow. I mean, relate. Like, I see why.
Ano, pag yung predictions mo, Hobby Dainzy, align kay Emil, bigyan natin ng konting credit si Emil para matuwa naman siya. Okay, next, eto. Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Women's World Championship, Dirty Dom in a shark cage. And then, ni-reveal pa ni Rhea na claustrophobic pala ang kuya Dirty Dom ninyo.
For sure, that image of Dom in a shark cage will be funny.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of the match, I'm conflicted with this one, honestly, because nagmumukhang weak champion si Liv.
Bakit? Heel naman siya.
Yeah, exactly. But she needs an established win here over Rhea. But at the same time, Rhea is just so damn popular na, you could always give the title to Rhea and have the division revolve around her. But you know what? I go with Liv. I go with Liv. She needs an established win. She needs an established win.
Emila, biglang liko ka ulit, ha?
The SummerSlam win was because of Dom, but here she needs a convincing win over Rhea to establish her title reign.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go with the Liv.
All right. Do you think the feud ends here? Na after this, mag-move on na sila to their, new respective challengers?
I hope. This feud has been going on since SummerSlam. It's been like 3 months, and yun nga, like we said earlier, the division is parang in limbo because the world title is only being fought by 2 people, where it should be like a revolving thing. Now you got constant challengers every 2 weeks or every month. So this should be it for this feud. We had enough. We already had a couple of matches, so okay na to. This is the stipulation also kind of feels like this is a feud ender.
Mm-hmm. All right. Parang sa video games, diba? Yung pag GM mode, 3 months, ito na, naabot mo na yung max.
Yeah, exactly. Ganun.
All right, next up, you've got the huge tag team match between Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu versus Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. And let's start with this question, Emil. Ito ba ang magme-main event?
I don't think it should main event. It should be the Hell in a Cell.
Mm-hmm.
Because
saan mo ito ilalagay?
Opener.
Wow.
Put this in the opening
Cody
match.
and Roman, lalagay mo sa opener?
Yeah, why not? I mean, they've been putting Cody title matches sa mga openers ng pay-per-views during this title reign.
Si Roman, ilalagay mo sa opener?
Yeah. If you're not on last, you're on first. So, I think they should open.
Dahil sinasabi mo lang yan kasi tinuro namin yan sa'yo eh.
No. That's what the wrestling mind always say. So, this should be the opener. But in terms of the prediction, like I can go to the predictions now. Conflicted ako because you know what? I go with the bloodline. I'm sorry. I know I have been expressing my dislike of the new bloodline, but they need this win here. This will establish them as okay. You're now the new bloodline because you've defeated um, Roman Reigns, and I think magkakaroon uh, ng away to si Roman and Cody within the match that will cost them the win.
Mhm. Interesting. Okay. Sabi ni Jeff, nung promo ni na Cody and Roman, si Cody himself, he said na hindi na siya yung always guaranteed main event, 'di ba? Sabi niya kay Roman.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, that's a good point. It's a good point you're bringing up, Jeff, kasi it adds to the meta narrative, which will bleed into the actual narrative. Na Roman will start questioning himself, 'di ba? Na, oh, it's the first time in 4 years I'm not in the main event. What's happening?
Oh, diba? So I don't think this is gonna main event.
Mhm. Okay, eto na. Pag-usapan na natin, sakto. We're hitting peak viewership. Hell in a Cell. CM Punk, Drew McIntyre. This feud has been going on since the Rumble back in January.
Yep.
Syempre, na-injure si Punk, so mid-year na siya bumalik. But still, it has been around since the Rumble. This, according to you, Emil, will be the main event of Bad Blood. What happens here?
Punk wins. I'll go with CM Punk. Kasi si Drew yung nagsimula ng feud na to by injuring Punk eh. So it makes sense lang na by the end of it, Drew get his comeuppance and lose against CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
all right.
That's what I think.
So you're fine with Drew taking the L nung strap match, then taking the L ulit dito sa Hell in a Cell against Punk?
Yes. He already got his win on SummerSlam. That was his win. And it basically their series is tied at one apiece.
Oh nga.
So Punk gets the third gets the third match and gets the final victory this week.
Okay. Yeah, Drew's actually entering Hell in a Cell winless, diba? I think Doc G is pointing it out dito sa sa comment section. Feeling mo ba hindi siya satisfying if Hell in a Cell, in this case, the presumed feud ender, ends with the heel on top?
I'm sure it will naman.
Hindi ko ini-imply na correct answer na si Drew yung manalo. I'm just trying to rack your brain here.
If it ends na Drew is gonna win, I think
parang hindi pa siya satisfying para sa'yo?
I think it will. Kasi the cell is because of the cell stipulation. I think because the heel is gonna destroy the babyface inside one of the most hellish structures in WWE. So if the heel wins here, parang okay lang yun. Instead of just a heel winning a singles match, na walang stipulation. So if Drew wins here, I'll be okay with it. I just think Punk will win here because he needs momentum heading into his next feud, which probably be Rollins for Mania or maybe against someone else. But yeah, I think Punk wins here, but I won't be surprised if Drew as well wins.
Sana hindi sila ma-injure kasi syempre Hell in a Cell yan, it's extra dangerous and all of that. So yun yung top priority syempre, hindi sila ma-injure. But also, I am of the belief na whoever wins here, and I'm not just saying this because I work for the company, but given how climactic Hell in a Cell is supposed to be, I think whoever wins, magiging satisfying siya. Kasi ramdam mo yung vitriol between these two. More than the Hell in a Cell matches in recent memory, di ba? Siguro yung last was, I don't know, Roman and Jay? But even that was like hastily built. Ito kasi talagang medyo mahaba-haba yung storyline bago humantong sa Hell in a Cell, di ba? Yeah, so feeling ko after everything they've done to one another, regardless kung sino yung manalo, satisfying yung ending. And again, I'm not just saying this because I work with the company.
This is old school booking right here. Na a heated feud ends inside Hell in a Cell. Because dati kasi, in the past few years kasi, nag-Hell in a Cell lang because, well, hey, it's October, it's Hell in a Cell, so we need to have a Hell in a Cell match. But this one, it feels like it's justified na we're gonna get Hell in a Cell. That's why you're thinking now whoever wins this or whatever the finish is will be satisfying because the sell itself is called for a match like this.
Mhm. All right. So, sana matuwa na sina Angelica, Eliza, and Peggy. We will all be satisfied. All right. Let's wind down here and let the people know what they can expect from you outside of the podcast, Emil.
Wala naman, I'm starting to stream NBA 2K25, so maybe watch out for that on my Facebook. And again,
Are you kicking
subscribe.
randos asses online, Emil? Nagto-talk trash
Uh,
ka ba?
no, I'm actually struggling with my shooting right now with my yung player ko, so I need to work on
Okay, okay.
that.
So si Emil pala yung yung mapapagtripan ng mga tao online pag naglaro siya. Okay. Of course, don't forget yung watch parties nina Emil and Ro on playback.tv/the Navs Effect. I think you're doing it for SmackDown on Saturday, di ba?
Yes, SmackDown this Saturday, so 8 to
Yeah.
10 a.m.
All right, that's the go home show for Bad Blood. As for me, please go check out Now Steaming. We dropped a new episode nitong Monday about Chinoy weddings and the things I learned from mounting my own and comparing and contrasting with that of another Chinoy couple whose wedding was so intimate they only had 30 people, which is insane and unheard of sa Chinoy circles. So go check that out. Next week on Now Steaming, we'll be talking to Mea Angsi, the daughter of Chinoy activist and educator Teresita Angsi about yung pagiging emotionally repressed ng mga Chinoy and why medyo matipid kami sa emotions the same way na matipid kami sa pera. So go check that out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. Follow the show at Wrestling2Xpod on TikTok and on Twitter, at Wrestling Podcast everywhere else. Individually, it is at EML_Meister, at Ro is War, at Chino Supersized, at Rowan, at Monday Night Rowan, and at _Stan C for me. Stick around, or well, no, don't stick around. Update your feeds by Monday kasi dun lalabas yung audio-only episode that we're gonna record with Hobby Dainsy as we talk about Mr. McMahon, the docu-series that just dropped on Netflix last week. So magpa-process tayo ng mga feelings, or as we say in UP, STFAP, sharing of thoughts, feelings, angst, and pain. Yeah, pag-usapan natin yan on the audio-only episode. And of course, weekend reacts and picks of the week next week as well. Thank you very much in the meantime to Babyface producer Jasper and everyone over at the Pod Network for all of your help behind the scenes. And thank you everyone for catching another episode of the longest running weekly episodic Filipino wrestling podcast. For Ro Moran, Chino Liao, and Rowan ASH who are not here, as well as Emil Nate who had to regulate. My name is Stan C, reminding everyone to stay safe, stay dry, and don't be a dick. Wrestling Podcast out. Later, Outcasts.
Peace.